wonder to build the city. This dream is far too grand for such a fate. Ah, they build a monument to the people
Keeper
they lost,
Aquilus,
but
can
not the
we
people
have a
they
moment?
killed.
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
We need to talk about the unity.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together. How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps we should talk about this inside. Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
It started with the discovery of these anomalies, the artifact.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path of discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Let's hear this story, then there must be more to it.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code? A way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave.
Infinitum addendum, that's an odd saying, very specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
Fine, I'll talk to them.
The Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Yeah, I can't forget, we need more digipick. which one's closer. 21 meters? I think that's the meters.
I find the
Hey,
interior of
you
this
might want
ship
this.
comfortable.
I believe everyone deserves a second chance, just not him.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Hello there.
Hope you're
dear
finding
friend.
everything you need. Oh, please, take a...
We need digipics. Oh, she did actually have some. Okay.
Thanks for coming in.
Yep.
Let me know if I can help you.
Welcome to the House of Enlightenment. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Oculus sent me.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
Let's hear it.
A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
What did they mean each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up?
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
Maybe there's a message hidden in what he's saying.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything else about Unity?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
Thank you.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate. Oh, hey, actually hold up 1 second. You're part of the Enlightenment, right? Yeah, little practical aid from your friends in the movement.
Okay. Thank you.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
You've got to have at least half your power in your shields.
Bug? I can't interact with this. Okay, let's teleport out of here then. Unfortunate. Unfortunate bug. Oh, we are going over there. Stayed up there. Why is this guy on my friends list playing Fallout 4 when he could be playing Starfield? What? It says to go there.
I am thankful these rides are quick. I do not like being in small, enclosed spaces with many people I do not know.
Hello. Nice haircut.
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
I know you've talked to Keeper Oculus about the Varun faith.
He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions. The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Keeper Oculus spoke of a pilgrim. I need to know more about him.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
I think I understand.
Then we are done. Leave me.
Keep it moving.
Atlantis puts on a wonderful show of security.
That your ship that landed not too long ago. It sure is something.
Thank you.
You're out there a lot, right?
Wow, you look
I feel
You know, there are folks I sometimes see only once every few years. In between, they're just out there.
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
The Enlightened Star used the word second and two.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
I spoke to Zarun Zealot. She said Jinan fought 4 times over 120 days.
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
In your story, the Pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. Must mean something.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Indum, that's the name of the star system.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
There's something sacred out there bringing everything together. It's just a word, and you take responsibility for finding it, not pray. Only total conviction will bring us the truth. We are being tested.
Conviction. Another word for strength. Can the truth not be revealed to the weak? Someone with doubts.
I won't find the answer by doubting every step I make.
Your only path is forward, then? Finding the meaning of unity is a totality that you cannot ever step away from? Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Take him up.
is good to be back in our own ship.
Oh. We want to fight?
Wrong place, wrong.
Why do you draw out the vowels of my name in such a prolonged manner?
It's like saying hey and your name at the same time. It's friendly.
I don't see how that would be friendly.
Target shield direct.
My name.
Got their brand proud.
Mission.
You know, I hadn't thought about it that way, but that's entirely fair.
Did you have a question for me, or did you just want to attempt to say my name?
I just wanted to check in with you and make sure all was well.
I appreciate that. All is well. Thank you. Barrett.
Okay, point made, Andresia.
No idea what they were talking about. Merchant freighter. Peaceful.
Something I can do for you?
Let's trade.
Oh, sure. Take a look.
Oh, wow. He doesn't really sell anything. He has credits, though. It's kind of cool. Gotta land. Dang, we level 17. Nice.
It's clear. Initiated landing sequence.
I like that Bosco like gets out and protects the ship. It's kind of cool. Everyone else just kind of sits around, you know.
And your scan shows... Someone made a concerted effort to survive here. It seemed it did not work out.
So here's the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistance. I need workers. I need hands. When we work together, they inevitably ask questions and I can never help talking. It starts innocent enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine. Or they have their own misunderstanding instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is my inability to let alone. I want them to understand. But I try, gently as I might, nudge their minds along the right path. And there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for these people. It would be so much easier if I didn't. At last, a bit of peace. A piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former certainly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own. that even if only it exists, that it's sufficient for me to believe in everything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time, I act alone, for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much. But vanity is, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is, in my case, time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that would lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best I could. But if even my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic of these truths, why am I bothering to explain any of it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. I attempted to withdraw, to go off alone, to commune with unity in my own way. They followed. Of course they followed. There are like no quest icons. The credulous simplicity of mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draw me toward a form of contempt for them, but I remember that I am privy to that which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for a lack of vision, when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wore them myself. After all, I once wore them myself after all. I hope for their sake that they may someday understand, but for my sake, I wish to be left alone. Access the locked room and search for clues. I find myself thinking about his various past and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. What is notable here? That road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasures and seeing a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path, if I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges of compassion I feel in my heart, and let myself care for the people who seem to gather about me wherever I try to work, if I simply lived and taught, and perhaps brought others to the light, and died. That road also seems gratifying. I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Here's the difference, though. When I stop thinking about the glories I could achieve for myself, the pleasure fades nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something, the feeling endures. There's something more sustaining about it, more fulfilling. I don't know what this difference signifies, but I'm grateful for the time I've taken to notice it. came seeking the right answers, you will know what question to ask. What is unity? Return your question with a question. If you hadn't read my writings, what is the burden of people? People are necessary, people are madness. What is your most formidable opponent? Myself? Where does enduring contentment come from? I'm not sure. Is it this one? You came here seeking the true meaning of unity. If you still wish to find it, there is one final piece of myself in the next room. I found my own answer a long time ago, but not in the way I was expecting. I hope your journey gives you the truth. I don't know what the correct answer is. I might never. Increasingly, though, I am comfortable with not knowing. The more I reflect on being here in this world, in this time, the more I think it is precisely where I need to be. This time will be different. It won't be about me, so I won't have to run. I can actually build something with intent instead of scrambling to fix something that others create in my name. It can be something beneficial. I can be something beneficial. I'm leaving behind that other person. This world has no place for him. Let him die. Let me live to enlighten the blessed universe before me. You have found the end of my journey. But to know everything, you must find its beginning. On Hyla 2, the island hides the scorpion, and the scorpion's sting hides the truth. We have to get out of here now? I've not explored every system along this route. Okay, it's gonna take me a while. Well, that's gonna take like a really long time to jump all the way up there.
Will we be taking off immediately, or are there other maps?
Wait, I don't know where to...